All right, well, really hell of a football game, first of all. And I wish Mac the very best in his retirement. I really enjoyed coaching against him. As I mentioned before, he was a great mentor to me when he was in the Big 12 and I was in the Big 12. When I first got to state, he was an announcer, and then we become rivals, And so I consider myself blessed to coach against him, a Hall of Fame coach, and proud of the way our guys played. I don't think there's a lot of teams that could go through what we've been through. We've had a lot of crazy stuff happen this year. And you lose your starting quarterback to start the season. You lose your middle linebacker. Two really good football players. We lose some tough one-possession games. Some fluky things just happened. And everything that could go against us at times has. And the guys just fought. And that's the DNA of our program is adversity's going to happen. Life's not fair. What are you going to do about it? And these kids just get up and fight. These grown men get up and fight. And I'm proud of them. Every time they made a play on their sideline, we responded with a play on our sideline. And I was going to talk in a minute. I'm proud of you, man. He had 2 drops in the second quarter. He could have got down on himself. He made the key play in the fourth quarter to set up that touchdown. And that's what it's about. It's about when young guys make mistakes, will they learn from them, will they own them, and will they make up for them? And I thought our football team did that tonight, And we were playing with our third and fourth corner. We were playing with our backup safety and then another backup safety, our backup nickel. And so there was a lot of guys in that game that weren't listed as starters. Some of them weren't listed as backups, and we had to go in there and play. And so proud of the resiliency and the grit. And it was great for guys like Davin who've won 4 in a row. I love that for you, man. That's such an awesome thing for him and his class to be able to have that. 20, 30 years from now, they come back for player reunions, and they're going to be able to brag about their record against their rival. And man, is that awesome. It is awesome for them. Love the way we ran the football. 240 yards rushing. Thought our O-line dominated their D-line. Our tight ends are a part of that. Our backs ran really hard. Our wideouts were straining, and it's not the funnest game as a receiver at times. And that's what you're doing, but it pays off over time. We had a really good crack corner that Kari made a play on that comes off of a run. And so I thought Coach and I and the offensive staff made some good adjustments at halftime. In the second half, we didn't punt. We scored every possession in the second half. And so when you do that, man, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So heck of a win. Any questions?
Y'all have a pretty young offense this season. Y'all have a pretty young offense. How have you seen them grow throughout the season?
Yeah, it's a lot of young players. You just had Hollywood up here, redshirt freshman. Obviously, CJ, true freshman. Noah, redshirt freshman. So there's some guys with reps, and when you get reps, you get better. And then you're learning from the experiences of those reps. And the game all of a sudden starts to have recall from other games that you played in. And you can look at things differently because you've had those live reps in games. And even if they don't think about that happening in a previous game, it's in there, And they can go back to that. And so I love the way that those guys have come on through the year and just stayed coachable. It hasn't been easy. There were struggles offensively throughout the year, and then we put some things together, and obviously tonight, the second half, put it together in a big way.
You talked about coaching out.
Well, we ran the ball. Every time we ran the ball, it was 5 or more yards, and so you're playing with efficient down and distances. When we threw it, we made catches. We secured the football. We had protection for CJ. He wasn't rushed back there at all. He made some plays with his feet. It's just efficient drives. It's giving yourself manageable third downs. And then, making field goals, scoring touchdowns. We had a really good play call in the red zone for Dante Daniels. Got him wide open for his touchdown for him, which was really cool. But guys just made plays. KC started to make some plays there in the second half, too. It was good to see him get involved because the first half, they just didn't do a good job throwing the football. I think we threw for 19 yards in the first half and 200 plus in the second.
I know this game's important to you every year, but how important was it knowing that you needed it to go to a bowl game?
I wasn't even looking at it that way. I know that seems weird to people, and I'm thankful that we won 6 and that we're bowl eligible because of the reps now that we get to put into these guys. But beating Carolina mattered more than winning a game to be bowl eligible to me. And that may sound weird, but when I got hired, they didn't say win 6 and go to a bowl. They said whatever you do, beat Carolina. And we did that for the 4th year in a row. And that means a lot to me. It means a lot to our program. There's a reason I haven't been able to wear blue for 12 years, for real. Like, I'm not allowed to wear the color blue, you know? And so this game is deep. And when I said it's the biggest game of the year, it is the biggest game of the year. And our players know that. Our fans know that. Our administration knows that. And it's meaningful, you know? And I don't say that to brag. I'm just saying that because it's a rivalry. It's the oldest rivalry in the ACC. So don't tell me it doesn't mean more. It does. It means a lot to our fan base and definitely to me as the head football coach. You know, to say that I'm 8-4 now in this rivalry means a lot to me.
With all of the injuries to defensive backs, what is it like to see Jackson Vick make two of the biggest plays in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I'm proud of Jackson, happy for him. He's been a guy that stayed coachable, stayed patient. This year really has helped us in a lot of different ways. On the special teams, got a chance tonight on defense to help us, and comes up with a big sack. And there's a lot of backstory to that I won't tell you guys, but it was awesome for him, you know, to get a sack in that situation. So you love it when guys like that get in the game and make a big play, man. I mean, the guys are all cheering for him in the locker room.
Could CJ have made that pass in September to Noah?
Oh, I don't know. You think he could have made that pass, Noah?
I mean, has he grown, obviously?
Oh, he's grown.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. His confidence is through the roof, you know. But so is his humility, and that's what makes him a special guy, you know. He cares deeply about the program, his team, and he was in it to win it today, man. He was fired up playing that game.
This program's motto is to you, and I think the team embodied that today.
What does that mean to me? Well, that's our DNA. It's the identity of our program, you know. Philip Rivers said it best, the Wolfpack's not for soft people, you know. And we try to recruit tough guys. Sometimes we got to teach them mental toughness because that's part of it. We try to recruit physically tough guys. We teach them how to be great teammates and great men because we want them to play together. And I always feel like, you know, the teams that are the tightest find ways in adverse situations to hang in there, and our guys have done that. And you know, the additional piece of that was playing smart, you know, and I think it was hard today to play smart. There was a lot of stuff going on, you know, between the whistles with their guys, and that's an unfortunate part of the game. But we knew going into the game that we couldn't beat ourselves in a game like that and win it, and we were able to do that.
This is the last one.
UNC goes up sideline. Is there any challenge?
No, I said we're going to go win the game. I mean, I was standing right next to one of the defensive coaches when they got those points. I said, don't worry, we're going to go win the game right now. And I have total belief in our offense. I knew our 2-minute, like the last 4 weeks in practice, has been really elite. And so I felt great, you know, in that situation, particularly knowing we only needed a field goal to win. Different, obviously, if you have no timeouts and need a touchdown, but we had 2. We had a lot of time on the clock. In a way, it was a blessing that they scored fast because we had plenty of time to go down the field and do what we needed to do.
Is that good?